Boom. Let's go Mexico and let's go Kendrick Lamar. We are 2 for 2 today. Mexico just put South Africa away 2-0 in the World Cup opener at the Azteca Stadium. It definitely is a good day to be alive. And if that wasn't enough, we got a new Kendrick Lamar leak, and the drop is called Boom, featuring Ray Vaughn and J-Rock. So what exactly is brewing at the PG Lang TDE camp? Well, I do know that we got a W on the pitch and a W in our ears. So strap in because we're going to react to this song right now.
Of all the rah rah rah, I'm not finna slide if your block hot. Big rock, then he's a shooter. Heard him talking about the hacks, no computer. Yeah, I got fame. Yeah, I got fame.
What it do, Fame family? What it do? It's your boy, iGotFame, and we're back with another one. Now, the internet has been buzzing over a leak record called Boom, featuring Kendrick Lamar, J-Rock, and Ray Vaughn. Now, anytime a Kendrick leak surfaces, people immediately start asking questions. Is this unfinished? Is this old? Or is this the beginning of something bigger? Today, we're going to listen to the track, break down some of the standout moments, and talk about what this leak could potentially mean for Kendrick, TDE, PG Lang, and maybe even the future of the GNX era. So without any further delay, let's get into it. So I don't know about all y'all, but I'm pretty excited to listen to this. So I know there's a couple of creators that already have reacted to this. I think Screwface is one of them, and there may be a couple of others. Also, this video may come out tomorrow, as I'm gonna see if I edit it. So but we'll see. I'm gonna push this out as quickly as possible. But let's begin.
What you gonna do when you grow up? Another year pass, you ain't show up. Your hands don't work, better get down. I hear you got a name, okay, so what? Let's get to it. Turn a big mouth to a Pop-Tart. It's either rock bottom or a rock star. The hate and the love go side to side. The hate and the love go side to side.
Here comes the boom.
All right, first impressions. This doesn't sound like just a randomly. The energy immediately feels kind of familiar. And to me, I'm getting a lot of GNX. The love and the hate are along the same lines that Kendrick was talking about, all in GNX, whacked out murals, TV off. There's just a lot of this same energy. But let's keep listening, see what else he's gonna say.
Here comes the boom. 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 Here comes the boom.
Now, J-Rock right there with the here comes the boom. Immediately I'm like getting the, what is it, that POD song, Here comes the boom. I think it's titled Here Comes the Boom. But I'm definitely getting this DMX feel from it. So yeah, I'm curious to know what you think just off of what we've heard. A few seconds, 30 seconds that we've heard from this track. Again, like I was saying, the energy feels pretty familiar. That pre-chorus that Kendrick was on, I feel like that's his GNX mode, and it's almost as if he's talking directly to somebody. And at the time, obviously, parts of GNX were aimed at Drake and other individuals, and so it sounds kind of like Kendrick is challenging them. And to me, it's almost like he's questioning individuals grow, questioning the work ethic that they put out there. When he asks, what you gonna do when you grow up? When you ask a grown man, what are you gonna do when you grow up? He's already grown and he hasn't done anything. That's kind of telling, and it's almost like a backhanded question. That's kind of what I love about Kendrick, is that he's gonna diss you in a way that's gonna make you think about the diss that it's not gonna be. He does a lot of direct disses, but he has a way of, there's an art to how he disses, definitely. And I just feel like this is a very Kendrick Lamar mindset, basically saying, status means nothing. And that's kind of what he's been saying for a while. Popularity means nothing. Clout means nothing. What matters is the work that you put in. The other thing that stands out is the production of this. Again, sounds like this fell off of GNX album. Like this was something that was supposed to be in there. So I don't know. Am I tripping on this, or do you guys get that same feel? I mean, if you listen to the drums, even the aggression, if you've listened to enough of Kendrick's discography, you'll know that each album he has a specific feel to it. There's an aesthetic, there's a sound, and a specific style. So to me, this is very West Coast. It's got that West Coast bounce. There's almost a minimalist approach to it. This feels very connected to that world that he was trying to build in GNX. And that's something that I kind of want everybody to keep in mind as we go throughout this track. Because again, I'm curious to know where this song is going to take us, or if it gives us a glimpse into something that could have been. But let's continue.
It's a lot of speculation, like I'm on vacation. Let you run amok, but it wasn't motivation. Boy, you wanna trip like I won't tie his laces. Tiptoe around me, yeah, ballet occasion. Playing with them words just because they sound gangster. Get your ass chipped like you hit big in Vegas. Who wanna be king? You ain't heard there's a wait list. You could be patient or die as a patient. See the side now, for a wise guy. Head good, she broke the Wi-Fi. That's on Nyla. John Wick, stupid ass bitch, I'm a hot shot. Real joint, Mac Dre revenge, real ghost ride.
Oh, woo-hoo. J-Rock is, damn, Mac Dre? J-Rock is cooking. And so what kind of got me, I was pointing at my headphones because I'm hearing this bass, doom, 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 doom. It just, the beat just captured me. It was bouncy and it kind of distracted me from the lyrics for a bit. I had to refocus, but J-Rock's cadence and the beat, it just synced up perfectly. I'm almost thinking, is this a J-Rock? Is this a J-Rock song? Was this song formulated for him? But that goes to tell me that if J-Rock is an intended feature, then they calculated that feature perfectly, because he fits right into the beat. He fits right into the theme of the song. And to me, J-Rock sounds hungry. I'm excited to talk about the Mac Dre part, but J-Rock really does sound hungry. So right off the bat, that's my biggest takeaway. Now, this entire verse so far feels like somebody who's been hearing people ask, where has J-Rock been? Because I've done it myself. Where's J-Rock? He's been missing for a while. And I feel like J-Rock walked into the room, he's spitting these bars and he's making those bars count. He's telling you, I'm here. And part of this verse is J-Rock actually reminding people that being quiet doesn't necessarily mean you're inactive, because it doesn't sound like, it's like, I feel like I view rap like going to the gym. If you're away from the gym, you're gonna look a little sore coming into the gym again. You're gonna look a little sloppy lifting the weights, but J-Rock doesn't look sloppy and he doesn't sound sloppy. He's telling us that he's been act just off of his lyrics. Like, this guy has not stopped. He hasn't missed a pace. And honestly, I feel like that's been the TDE formula for years. Think about it. You disappear, move in silence, then remind everybody you can rap better than most of the industry. Am I wrong? Like the King bars, the waitlist bars, the patient by patient wordplay. This whole verse here feels competitive. That's why I say it sounds like J-Rock is hungry, because he's feeling competitive, even if it's competitive with Kendrick and the other feature on this song. But again, this kind of reminds me of this interview that Baby Keem just had, where he doesn't call people out, but he doesn't really acknowledge this big three because he sees himself as the big artist or the person to watch out for. And one thing that sets TDE, PG Lang apart from the rest of the kind of music industry, or at least hip hop, and more specifically newer artists, is that because in context, I feel as if older artists have the same mentality as PG Lang and TDE artists, in the sense that they know that hip hop is competitive. So a lot of these statements of not acknowledging the big three, or saying that they're, in their mind, they're the best without offending others, has always been a part of hip hop. Real hip hop artists and real rappers do not get offended by saying I think I'm the best. What ends up happening is you end up going bar for bar with somebody, whether it's on the same song or a rap battle. And that's all competitive hip hop fundamentals right there. Those individuals that get up all in their feelings, they get all butthurt about it, and that's not hip hop. They end up wanting to sue. And again, that's not hip hop. I mean, you got to really think about this. J-Rock is not necessarily directing this at one person. So I feel like it's like a blanketed statement, and it may include his colleagues and that include his friends. But you know what? Let's talk about the line that stood out the most right now. And J-Rock says, let's go back.
That's some Nyla. John Wick, stupid ass bitch. I'm a hot shot. Real joint, Mac Dre revenge. Real ghost ride, dumbass.
Woo. He says, real joint, Mac Dre revenge, real ghost ride, dumbass. Now, let's just hold on, because I feel, and there's something about the Bay Area right now that everybody is talking about, whether it's local rappers that are probably fumbling the words and not expressing the way, not expressing themselves the way they should be, thinking first. But the whole, GNX was a big homage to not only the Bay Area with the sound, but paying tribute to one of, if not one of the greatest Bay Area rappers that we've had in Mac Dre. And we've seen Kendrick Lamar, we've seen PG Lang, TDE, time and time again, pay homage to Mac Dre and the Bay. We also seen individuals who have been nefarious with that, placating and pretending to pay homage to the Bay. We've seen individuals like Drake do it. Now we know what Drake is attempting to do because we've seen it. He's done it with Atlanta. He's done it with other regions. He takes their music, he uses their artist, and then when he's done with them, he throws them to the side. Now, going back to this line, as somebody from the Bay, this is where the record hits different for me. Because Mac Dre isn't just another rapper. Mac Dre is one of those artists whose influence became bigger than the music itself. The slang became culture. His style became culture. His attitude became culture. The movement, hyphy movement, helped shape the identity of Bay Area hip hop for generations, if we're being honest. And what's interesting is this line feels completely different than some of the things we've seen recently from artists trying to borrow Bay Area aesthetics. There's a difference between paying homage and trying to wear somebody else's jacket. So when I hear Kendrick, PG Lang, TDE, or J-Rock reference Mac Dre, it feels like respect. And I'm not trying to be biased here, but it does. It feels organically like respect. It feels like acknowledging the foundation. It feels like saying, we know where this comes from. Now, again, compare that to artists who suddenly start adopting Bay Area sounds, Bay Area slang, Bay Area flows, Bay Area dances, Bay Area culture, whenever they're looking for a new creative direction. The Bay has always been one of the hip hop's innovation labs. Let's just be honest. Whether we're talking hyphy culture, independent artist business models, slang, fashion, production styles. Look at Ryan Coogler. He's from the Bay. His artistry, the way he makes films, that's Bay Area right there. Bay Area aesthetics, that's Bay Area style. Go look at Fruitvale Station. Go look at Black Panther. He put aesthetics in there. And even go look at Sinners. But even look at social media trends before social media existed. The Bay has always been ahead of the curve. So hearing Mac Dre referenced here feels less like trend chasing and more like genuine appreciation. And for Bay Area listeners, that's always going to resonate. So rest in peace to Mac Dre. We miss you. We miss you, Cuddy. But let's keep going.
Which side, really this side? Which rapper? Throw him off the ropes, but he ziplining. Get active. Ain't no other goat, tell him quit lying. The chit chatter, only false hope for the dick riders.
What you gonna do when you grow up? Another year pass, you ain't show up. Your hands don't work, better get down. I hear you got a name, okay, so what? Let's get to it. Turn a big mouth to a Pop-Tart. It's either rock bottom or a rock star. The hate and the love go side to side. The hate and the love go side to side.
Here comes the boom, 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 here comes the boom.
Here comes the boom, violent faces, serotonin laced with godly vibrations. Rules of engagement, stay dangerous. Peace to the motherland, our praises. Ducked off, Lowski, my alias, Gandhi, Gaddafi, King Tut, I'm ancient. Rock band, binoculars. Who they playing with? Not me, they popping it. I can't tell androgynous. I make this shit look good. I'm a real trophy, black Vans and Dodger fits. If you him, show me. Passport go AWOL. And I play ball, I go plate my chalices. Winner takes all.
Hey, real drinks, you outside. It's non-violent, black voices, no socks, ski mask, I'm still.
All right. Whew. All right. Now, maybe I was right. Maybe I was right about this GNX thing, but I feel like this is where this GNX theory starts hitting even harder for me. Now, this Kendrick verse sounds like it belongs in that same universe. Just listen to the confidence, although Kendrick's always been pretty confident, but there's levels of confidence that Kendrick has shown, and that GNX confident is a different, unique confidence. The West Coast imagery, the black Vans and Dodger fits, the ducked off Lowski, like the historical references that he has on this. And it's a short verse, which I'm a little bummed about. That kind of tells me, and not tells me, but my initial thought is, oh, maybe this wasn't his song because he had such a short verse. But if we remember to the GNX album, the title track GNX, he doesn't even have a verse really. So the whole thing just feels like Kendrick is operating in that post-beef, post-victory version of himself that we've been seeing recently. He's not trying to prove he's the best anymore. I mean, because does he really have to prove that? Seriously, do you think that Kendrick still has something to prove? At this point, he can focus on continuing to make this beautiful art that he makes. Now, I love GNX. GNX to me is, I would love to say it's an instant classic, but I don't think anything is an instant classic. It ultimately became a classic for me. In hindsight, I could say instant classic, but I don't know if Kendrick would really like the tag of instant classic. I think he wants you to sit with his product a little bit before naming something a classic. So I feel like he's not really trying to prove he's the best anymore. If anything, he's speaking like somebody who already believes the conversation is over. And the production underneath him sounds tailor-made for that version of Kendrick, which brings me back to the important question that I was talking about earlier. What exactly is this song? Because it sounds too complete to be a rough demo. It sounds way too polished to be a random studio throwaway, and it sounds too connected to the GNX aesthetic to ignore. Again, I want to hear from you. So leave those comments, hit that like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. We're gonna do a lot more of these because I see a lot of activity coming from PG Lang, TDE camp. I mean, I have to really dive deep into this Imari project because from the bits that I'm hearing and I've been listening to, PG Lang does not miss in the artist that they select. So let's keep going.
Ball, I go plate my chalices. Winner takes all.
Hey, real drinks, you outside. It's non-violent, black voices, no socks, ski mask, I'm still mobbing, co-pilot. No need her, she on a strict diet, pillow talker, fat mouth and okay, Fox 5 on big bags. See the bank statements, talk too, pig feet. Doing donuts, yeah, cop food, weirdo. Tough guy, that is not you. Got boomed, he Batman, spin cycle, washrooms.
I like this bridge. All right, well, that bridge tells me that was Ray Vaughn's verse, which I wanted a little bit more. Now, Ray Vaughn is in a lane of his own because that The Good, the Bad, the Dollar Menu, that album, or he's calling it a mixtape, but it is a beautiful project. Just amazing. Now, I know a lot of people are going to focus on Kendrick and J-Rock in this song, but Ray Vaughn deserves some credit here. Every time he's placed next to major names, he finds a way to hold his own. And that's not easy. It's not easy at all when you're on the same song as the Kendrick Lamar and J-Rock. A lot of artists would just disappear when they're standing next to those individuals. Ray Vaughn consistently sounds comfortable. His bars are sharp, his delivery is aggressive, and he understands exactly how to fit into TDE posse cut without sounding out of place. This feels like another reminder that TDE sees something special in him. And although I may have had some doubts initially, there's something about Ray's cadence that makes him very unique, but also at the same time he fits right into that universe of TDE. Let's continue. I want to see if there's more to the bridge.
Stay dangerous. What you gonna do when you grow up? Another year pass, you ain't show up. Your hands don't work, better get down. I hear you got a name, okay, so what? Let's get to it. Turn a big mouth to a Pop-Tart. It's either rock bottom or a rock star. The hate and the love go side to side. The hate and the love go side to side.
Here comes the boom, 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 here comes the boom. What you gonna do when you grow up? Another year pass, you ain't show up. Your hands don't work, better get out. I hear you got a name, okay, so what? Let's get to it.
Here comes the boom, violent faces, serotonin laced with godly vibrations, rules of engagement, stay dangerous, peace to the motherland, all praises.
That was dope. But let's go back to the bridge, because I don't know who that was on the bridge. Kind of a sultry voice. I liked it. It was a perfect touch to the ending right there. It actually might be my favorite. Harmonically, it might be my favorite part of the record. Sometimes you need a bit of, when you're making cookies, you need to add some salt on top. It just brings out it just makes it complete. And whoever was singing, same people love me waiting for the moment. That's one of those lines that applies, far beyond rap. Success comes with its supporters. Success also comes with spectators waiting for a mistake. Sometimes those are the same people. I feel Kendrick has been exploring that idea for years. The balance between admiration, resentment, love, hate, support, and envy. That's why the reoccurring line, the hate and the love go side to side. That's very GNX. We heard a lot of that in GNX. So it's hitting hard throughout the record. And I think that's one thing that we really like and enjoy about this overly confident Kendrick Lamar. Now, I do have some final thoughts. And after hearing this leak, I feel like I have more questions than answers. The song sounds finished, sounds polished. The song sounds intentional too. But more importantly, the song sounds like it belongs to a specific era of Kendrick's music, which kind of brings me to my next question. Did this song get left off of GNX? Because if it did, how many more records like this exist? Initially I'm like, how did this leak? Sometimes leaks happen organically, and sometimes you might shoot the bottom of the boat and it just leaks. And just to remind you, there were reports floating around months ago that Kendrick recorded somewhere between 80 to 100 songs during the GNX sessions. If that's true, then we're potentially talking about an enormous vault of unreleased material. So that's where my mind immediately goes. Remember when we got Untitled Unmastered, which is one of my favorite, what I like to call expansion packs. You got to keep in mind that those weren't random leftovers. Those were recorded from the To Pimp a Butterfly era, and that helped us understand that creative process even better, or at least it helped me. So could something similar happen here? Could Kendrick eventually give us a GNX companion project? Think about it. A collection of unreleased records, demos, alternate versions, or songs that didn't make the final cut. Because if Boom is an example of what got left behind, there might be some absolute gems sitting in that vault. So I don't know. Does Boom sound like a GNX leftover? Would you want a GNX version of Untitled Unmastered? And who had the best performance on this record? Was it Kendrick? Was it J-Rock? Or maybe it was Ray Vaughn? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and join the Fame family. These are my thoughts, and until next time, peace and love.
I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I got hustle, though ambition, flow inside my DNA.